Did you know Joe Rogan, at 56, can still deliver a roundhouse kick with the precision of a seasoned martial artist and bench press weights that would challenge men half his age? This isn't just genetics at play. Joe has a secret recipe for staying ageless that includes a strict carnivore diet, an intense workout regimen, and a focus on mental clarity. He's not just a comedian and podcast host. He's a walking testament to the benefits of self-optimization and disciplined living. Curious about what keeps him looking so young and energetic? The predator diet, also known as the carnivore diet, is a nutritional approach that focuses primarily on consuming animal-based foods, particularly red meat. Joe Rogan, a well-known advocate for trying unconventional health practices, decided to give this diet a go in 2020. For an entire month, Joe's meals consisted mainly of beef, elk, bacon, and eggs. He completely cut out carbs, which meant no bread, no sugar, and certainly no processed foods. Joe's experiment with the predator diet wasn't just about testing his willpower. He was genuinely curious about the potential benefits it could offer. And as it turns out, there were quite a few. First and foremost, he shed about 5.5 pounds, which, let's be honest, is impressive for anyone. More importantly, he noticed a significant boost in his energy levels. No afternoon slumps or lethargy that sometimes comes with carb-heavy diets. Joe also mentioned that the diet seemed to ease his autoimmune condition, vitiligo, which affects skin pigmentation. It wasn't just a physical transformation. It seemed to have a positive impact on his overall well-being. Of course, not everyone is a fan of the carnivore diet, and it sparked quite a debate in the health community. On one hand, some people praise the diet for its simplicity and effectiveness in promoting weight loss and energy. On the other hand, there are concerns about the long-term effects of such a diet. Critics argue that relying heavily on red meat could increase the risk of heart disease and other health issues. Joe, being the candid person he is, didn't shy away from sharing the less glamorous side effects of his carnivore experiment. He openly talked about experiencing what he described as explosive diarrhea for the first 2 weeks. It was a rough patch, but Joe considered it a small price to pay for the benefits he experienced. This honesty sparked further debate online, with some questioning the sustainability and safety of the diet, especially given the mixed research on low-carb diets and heart disease risks. It's one of those topics where opinions are as varied as the diets themselves, and Joe's experience added fuel to the ongoing discussion. Even though Joe Rogan dabbled in the extreme predator diet, he's generally mindful of his nutritional intake. He tries to avoid carbs as much as possible, sticking to what he considers no-nonsense, healthy food. This means lots of vegetables and a variety of meats, with a strong preference for game meats. Joe acknowledges that such a diet can be monotonous, which is why he supplements it with a range of vitamins and nutrients. He regularly takes multivitamins, fish oil, probiotics, and vitamins B12 and D, ensuring he covers all his nutritional bases. Joe is also a co-owner of Onnit, a company that specializes in biosupplements. He often talks about the benefits of their products on his podcast, particularly praising their nootropics, which are designed to enhance cognitive function. Joe claims that these supplements help improve his memory, focus, and even the vividness of his dreams. However, it's worth noting that nootropics are a controversial topic in scientific circles, with some studies suggesting they may have little to no effect. Joe Rogan's fitness journey is deeply rooted in martial arts, and it's been a significant part of his life for decades. He holds a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, which he started practicing in his teens. This early training laid the foundation for his discipline and passion for martial arts. But Joe didn't stop there. He expanded his skill set by diving into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where he earned a black belt under the tutelage of Jean-Jacques Machado and Eddie Bravo. Jiu-Jitsu has become one of his favorite disciplines, not just for the physical challenge, but for the mental focus it demands. In addition to Jiu-Jitsu, Joe has trained in Judo, earning a green belt, and has dabbled in Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs. His involvement in mixed martial arts, MMA, is well documented not only through his commentary on UFC fights, but also in his personal training regimen. Joe believes that martial arts training isn't just about self-defense, it's a way to challenge oneself, stay fit, and maintain mental sharpness. His background in these various forms of combat sports has made him a well-rounded athlete, capable of understanding and analyzing the intricate details of fighting techniques, which he often discusses on his podcast. When it comes to strength training, Joe Rogan's approach is all about consistency and balance. He hits the gym 3 times a week, focusing on moderate reps rather than going all out with maximum weights. This approach helps him maintain a steady progression without overloading his body, which is crucial for longevity and fitness. Joe's workouts are varied, but one of his favorite tools is the kettlebell. He was inspired by Pavel Tsatsouline, a former trainer for the Soviet Special Forces, who popularized kettlebell training in the West. Joe appreciates the versatility of kettlebells, which allow for dynamic full-body workouts that build strength and endurance simultaneously. Cardio is another essential component of Joe's fitness regimen. He enjoys outdoor running, which not only gives him a good cardiovascular workout, but also a chance to connect with nature and clear his mind. When the weather isn't cooperating, he turns to indoor options like the treadmill or exercise bike. Joe often mentions his love for these cardio machines on his podcast, noting that they provide an efficient and effective way to get his heart rate up and burn calories. For him, cardio is not just about maintaining a healthy weight. It's about overall cardiovascular health and keeping his energy levels high. While Joe Rogan's workouts are intense, he also places a high value on recovery and flexibility. One of his favorite recovery practices is hot yoga, which he describes as a transformative experience. In hot yoga, the room is heated to around 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, creating a challenging environment that forces you to focus intensely on your breathing and movements. Joe finds that this type of yoga helps improve his flexibility and mental clarity, providing a counterbalance to the more intense, strength-focused workouts he does during the week. Recovery isn't just about stretching, though. Joe is a big advocate for using advanced recovery tools to help his body heal and stay in peak condition. He regularly uses a sauna, often spending at least 20 minutes at a time to help flush out toxins and relax his muscles. But he doesn't stop at just heat therapy. He also incorporates cold therapy with sessions in a cryo chamber. This involves spending a few minutes in extremely cold temperatures, which Joe believes helps reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Another interesting aspect of Joe's recovery routine is his use of a sensory deprivation tank. These tanks, also known as float tanks, are designed to block out all external sensory input, allowing the mind and body to relax deeply. Joe uses these tanks 2 to 3 times a week for about 1 to 2 hours. He finds that floating in the tank helps him disconnect from the constant stream of information and stress, giving his mind a chance to rest and rejuvenate. Joe Rogan's approach to life can be summed up in one word: optimization. He believes in the idea of perpetual self-improvement, where each day offers an opportunity to become a better version of oneself. This philosophy isn't just a mantra he repeats, it's a principle he actively lives by. Joe's commitment to self-optimization is evident in everything he does, from his intense workout routines to his disciplined diet and beyond. One of Joe's favorite sayings is, "Discomfort is your friend." This might sound counterintuitive at first, but for Joe, it captures the essence of growth and progress. He often talks about how the greatest life lessons come from pushing through challenges and embracing discomfort. Whether it's enduring a tough workout, navigating a tricky conversation, or stepping outside of one's comfort zone, Joe believes these moments are crucial for personal growth. He argues that avoiding discomfort only leads to stagnation, while facing it head-on fosters resilience and strength. Another aspect of Joe's philosophy is his belief in the power of daily routines and habits. He often emphasizes that success isn't about making big changes all at once, but rather about making consistent, small improvements over time. This idea resonates with many of his fans, who look to him for guidance on how to implement positive changes in their own lives. Joe's approach is simple: start with manageable goals, build momentum, and gradually increase the challenge. This method has helped him stay motivated, and maintain his impressive physical and mental health well into his 50s. Joe also believes that it's essential to be honest with oneself about one's weaknesses and areas for improvement. He often shares stories of his struggles and setbacks, using them as opportunities to learn and grow. This transparency not only makes him more relatable, but also serves as a reminder that even those who seem to have it all figured out are constantly working on themselves. Joe's candidness about his journey encourages others to adopt a similar mindset, where self-awareness and humility are key components of personal development. Mindfulness is another critical element of Joe Rogan's approach to life. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, neglecting mental health in the process. Joe, however, places a high value on mental clarity and peace of mind. One of his primary tools for achieving this state of mindfulness is the sensory deprivation tank. These tanks, also known as float tanks, are designed to block out all external sensory input, allowing for deep introspection and relaxation. Joe uses these tanks regularly, finding that they provide a unique space to disconnect from the outside world and focus inward. The experience of floating in a tank, devoid of sound and light, helps Joe clear his mind and sort through his thoughts. It's a practice that he describes as both challenging and rewarding, requiring one to confront their inner thoughts and emotions without distraction. For Joe, these sessions are not just about relaxation. They are a crucial part of maintaining his mental well-being and staying grounded amidst the chaos of daily life. Balancing work, fitness, and relaxation is a delicate art, and Joe is continually refining his approach. Despite his busy schedule, he prioritizes activities that help him decompress and recharge. Whether it's spending time with his family, engaging in his favorite hobbies, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the present, Joe understands the importance of creating space for rest and recovery. This balance is vital for sustaining long-term productivity and avoiding burnout. Joe's commitment to mindfulness extends beyond his practices. He often discusses the importance of mental health on his podcast, advocating for open conversations about the challenges people face. He encourages his listeners to seek help when needed and to be proactive about their mental health. Joe's openness about his own experiences with anxiety and stress helps destigmatize these issues and fosters a supportive community among his audience. Joe Rogan is not just a fitness enthusiast or a popular podcaster. He's also a deep thinker with a unique perspective on life. His philosophical musings often delve into the mysteries of existence, the nature of reality, and the human condition. Joe frequently discusses these topics on his podcast, sharing insights that resonate with his listeners and spark meaningful conversations. One of Joe's core beliefs is that life is a journey of continuous discovery and growth. He often reflects on how different he is now compared to his younger self, emphasizing that change is an inherent part of life. This perspective encourages a mindset of curiosity and openness, where each new experience is an opportunity to learn and evolve. Joe's willingness to explore new ideas and question established norms is a hallmark of his intellectual curiosity, which has become a defining feature of his podcast and public persona. Joe also stresses the importance of kindness and empathy in everyday interactions. He believes that treating others with respect and compassion not only benefits those around us, but also enriches our own lives. Joe often uses the metaphor of living as if one were being watched by a documentary film crew, analyzing one's actions and behavior. This thought experiment encourages mindfulness and self-awareness, prompting individuals to consider how their actions impact others and the world at large. Another recurring theme in Joe's philosophy is the idea of living authentically. He encourages people to be true to themselves and to pursue their passions, even if it means going against the grain. Joe himself has carved out a unique career path that defies conventional labels, combining comedy, martial arts, podcasting, and more. His success serves as a testament to the power of following one's instincts and embracing one's true self. In addition to his reflections on personal growth and authenticity, Joe often touches on the larger questions of existence. He readily admits that, despite his extensive travels and life experiences, he still grapples with the fundamental question of what life is all about. Joe's humility in acknowledging the limits of his understanding resonates with many of his listeners, who appreciate his willingness to explore these deep questions without claiming to have all the answers. Joe's life philosophy is also influenced by his experiences in martial arts and fitness. He draws parallels between the discipline required in physical training and the discipline needed to navigate life's challenges. For Joe, martial arts are not just about physical combat. They are a metaphor for the internal struggles we all face. Joe Rogan's mindset and philosophy are deeply intertwined with his daily practices and life experiences. His emphasis on self-optimization, mindfulness, and authenticity offers a blueprint for those looking to improve their own lives. Joe's candid reflections and thought-provoking discussions challenge his audience to think critically about their own beliefs and actions, inspiring them to pursue continuous improvement and live life to the fullest. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.